Ireland, and I'm working there in partnership with my global team, plus working there hand in hand with Derek. Now, I'm honored to introduce you to Derek. He's a true veteran within the world of network marketing with over 40 years' experience. Derek's been instrumental in building systems, empowering and uplifting people involved. Creating a foundation, that's what we're all about, foundations and systems. He's been mentored by some of the greatest entrepreneurs within the networking world out there, such as Tom Snyder, Randy Gage, Fred Hartis, Brian Tracy, a good friend of his. And he's got a background in traditional business, as he had his own restaurant, property portfolio, and then dived into the world of multi-level marketing, particularly in health and nutrition. Also, he's been involved in the crypto, marketing, AI investments. Derek's journey is going to be invaluable to all of us as we move forward. I'll just let you jump on there briefly, Derek, and then I'll jump on through the slides if that works on your end.
Hi, Coleman. Yeah, that's very nice of you. Thank you. I'd just like to quickly start with a story about how teachers teach. So the story goes like this. So there's a teacher named Mrs. Foster who had to teach a new math concept to her students. She explained in 3 times, 4 different ways, with hand gestures that could win a dance competition. Still, the kids were just staring at her like she was trying to explain rocket science in ancient Greek. Finally, one brave student put his hand up and said, "Mrs. Foster, can we Google it?" It was a moment Mrs. Foster realized that despite all the efforts, there was something missing in how she connected the dots with her students. Teaching isn't about what we know, it's about how we share. Sometimes even the most knowledgeable teachers could use a little support to make learning click new and creative ways. That's why we're here today. We're just not teaching the teachers, which are you, and to become teachers of other people. We're giving you tools to inspire, motivate, and connect you to your teams and your people in a way that feels less like rocket science and more like magic. So back to you, Coleman.
Great, Derek. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. And it's so true. We all learn in different ways, and that's what we're about here. We're going to help connect the dots for yous as we move forward. So as you can see, this is your blueprint for success. We're going to give you the ABCs and simple strategies that have been put together over 40 years of experience to grow and help you succeed. But more importantly, stay focused on building your skill set, connecting with people, and developing a lasting relationship within your community. There's going to be continuous development and support. We've got check-ins. We'll be doing follow-ups. We'll be doing regular review processes to help people to make sure they're on the right track and building the business to the level that they want to achieve. We've got community and forums. Obviously, we've got our WhatsApp, and we'll be setting up our Telegram groups and Facebook groups moving forward, and also taking advantage of some of the ongoing tools that Truly Corporate will be bringing to us. We'll also start to do recognition and celebrating success and acknowledging certain milestones and achievements that you guys are making in your business as you move forward. So this is an ongoing process. Some of this stuff you know already. It might be a little bit of a refresher course for you, but the whole idea is keeping it simple. It's always about keeping it simple. We've got a ABC, step 1, step 2, step 3. And if you fine tune that, you'll be able to do it with your eyes closed, and you won't even know that you're actually physically doing it as you move forward. So within the blueprint for success, basically we're going to do an introduction into Truly mission. It's going to be a brief overview of Truly's vision for empowering teachers to train their peers and the importance of a supportive teaching community. And the second part then will be understanding your why, because if you don't know what your why is, you're not going to do the work, because nobody wants an extra job. But at the same time, you're going to have to go through the mechanics and through the daily actions and the profit achieving activities to build your business as you're moving forward. So I'll let you dive in there a little bit there, Derek, and maybe go into a little bit more detail on that.
Okay, thank you, Coleman. I will be appearing every now and then when I do a bit of connecting with people and asking questions. I do encourage you to actually communicate back so that we have a bit of interaction, because I'm not going to be the only one doing this. And also, it's a great way to understand other people's thoughts and their thought processes about where they are. Some of you are very experienced networkers, and it's great to be able to share your knowledge and your experiences with others as well. And it's through sharing that we grow, really. So the idea of this community really is building, like I said, a community that's going to be there for helping each other and work towards a successful Truly business. So the first thing we need to embrace with Truly is that we're looking at a healthier, happier life. So the whole reason for Truly is that. Also, there's the Manoj story, which I'm sure most of you know. We will go into that as well in terms of what the story is, but most of you have seen the video. So that's what actually got me in fact, but not the actual product, but the product now is something that I really like to talk about and I'm passionate about because it's made a massive difference to me and my own health. So if you think about it, water and hydration is the key to everything. And I've been talking to several people, some doctors in the business as well. And even if you think about all the health and nutrition products out there, without proper hydration, you're not going to get that stuff through your body properly. You've got to start with the hydration. We're mostly made of water anyway. So if you've got decent, proper hydration, everything else works really, really well. And you'll notice the difference once you start drinking your Truly products, when you start drinking your water. And I recommend that you drink 2 cans a day for at least 2 to 3 weeks. After that, it's entirely up to you. For maintenance purposes, you probably need only one a day. Maybe some people have two. Sometimes I have two a day. It just depends how you feel. You get used to your own body telling you what you need, really. And that's how we work it. We don't actually say to people, you have to do this or you have to do that. But because most people have not been through the process with the Truly water, and it is really special, you do need to saturate your body with it initially. So your body begins to understand what it's receiving and understand the benefits, etc. And that's why we say 2 cans a day for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so embracing a happier life is important. Talking about the vision might resonate deeply with many of us, living healthier, happy lives. Truly Collection's mission is all about helping people create a vibrant, balanced lifestyle. So let's start with this question. And a lot of the questions I'll be asking are rhetorical. So just listen to the question and think to yourselves. You don't necessarily have to answer at this stage. And there will be stages when I do ask questions and I will actually ask people to give me an answer. So are you among, and this is quite a recent figure that's come out, are you amongst the 94.2% of adults, Europeans this is, remember we always have to talk about USA, are you among the 94.2 adult Europeans who feel they aren't living as healthy as they'd like to? Ask yourself that question. This isn't unusual, especially in our fast-paced world where maintaining a healthy lifestyle can feel like a constant uphill battle. But the good news is that we can help towards that change. We can help with the start of that, the catalyst, if you like. Truly Collection, we believe that in the power each of us has to take charge of our own health, to harness the natural strengths of our bodies and build a life of well-being. Our approach focuses on what we call healthy living. So this is something that you really need to embrace. Once you've embraced that, then it becomes it's a done deal. Why are you not going to drink a can of water a day? Because it helps you anyway. So once you understand that and appreciate it, then just replace all your other drinks that, if there is a cost factor involved, then don't drink as much coffee. Don't drink as much tea. Don't go to Starbucks that often. If that's an issue, for some of you, it might not be an issue. You're just adding a new drink into your lifestyle. Most of us can afford Truly, and I will say that honestly because we've got a number of different people in the team and they're all at different levels. So by embracing a healthier choice today, we can make significant impact on our future well-being. So as we go through these lessons and things, we start developing our own testimonials that we can then share with people. In the beginning, use other people's testimonials, share those testimonials. I know Coleman and I are going to be doing some recordings, some videos of testimonials, especially when we meet Manoj at the weekend in November. We'll be doing some recordings there so that we can actually have those for you to give out to people so they can see what it's all about, really. So that's really about it, and understanding the Truly side on that. And we'll be talking more and more about the health benefits as we go along. There'll always be something about the healthy lifestyle and how that works in. What you do and feel is the biggest barrier to living healthier lifestyle today in this world. And this allows people to express challenges, making their sessions more relatable is what we have to do, is actually make it relatable to you and the people you talk to as well. So what I'll do now is I'll hand over to Coleman to do the next part, and then I'll come in again on that one.
Thanks, Tarek. Really appreciate that. So, as it says here on the screen, like the Trudy Collection, the vision is to embrace a healthier and a happier life, and at the same time being able to make an impact on a humanitarian aspect, feeding 1 million children per day, and increasing that to billions, as in the foundation billions and change. Living truly for health and happiness means making a conscious, intentional choice, which includes maintaining your body's balance both inside and out, allowing you to lead a better and fulfilled and balanced lifestyle. And Derek kind of touched on that a little bit there as he was going through the whole health and the healthier lifestyle. So let Derek jump back on there and go into maybe a little bit more, maybe even in relation to his own testimonial in relation to that.
Thank you, Coleman. Yeah, so going back to myself and my testimonial, when I started taking Truly, before I started taking Truly, actually, my blood pressure was consistently high, and it's been high for about 10 years plus. I can't even remember the last time when it was actually low. And it must be about 3 or 4 days after I started drinking the Truly water, my blood pressure dropped to low. And it's been low for the last 5 or 6 weeks now. There has not been a high. My next step is to actually, I talked to some doctors, I said this consistently stays low. In fact, the other day when I got up, because you know how when you crouch sometimes and you get up and you feel faint, well, I did. And I said to one of these doctors, look, would it be a good idea for me to test my dependence on my medication? Because even with the medication, I was high. So I plan to do that under controlled conditions and be at home, etc., not somewhere where it can be dangerous for me. But I want to try that to see what happens. But that's the next step. So the other thing also the water made a difference to me which was very significant, is that I was getting up 3 or 4 times, 5 times a night to go to the toilet. And once I start drinking Truly, I only get up once. So my sleep now is tremendously better. And my energy levels are unbelievable. I'm going to bed around 11, 12 o'clock at night. Sometimes I try and get there 10 o'clock. And then I'm waking up at 7. I used to get up at 12 o'clock, guys. I used to be up so many times the night that when I woke up at 10 or my wife woke up at 10, I'd be in the bed and not able to get out of bed. The energy was so low. By the time I got out of bed, it was 12 o'clock. I was having breakfast at 12 o'clock. This is only a few weeks ago. This is only, a month or two ago. Really, it's that close. And now I'm up at 7. I'm having breakfast. I'm ready to start the day. It's just made such a difference, in terms of where I am with this. So this is really important. Once you start evolving your own health benefits and your own testimonials, you can speak about this to other people with conviction. In the beginning, it's good to use other people's testimonial, and my testimonial is on the Truly group website as well. So we'll be putting things like that up again more often, so people can actually share. So that was another significant thing that happened. My sleep pattern changed, my blood pressure reduced to low, my drinking water. Even if I drank at night before, I never used to drink late because I worried about going to the toilet every night. So that's gone now. I just wake up in the morning, go in the morning, and that's it. I sleep right through the night. My deep sleep has gone from like 2 to 5% per night, and this is since my operation. I used to sleep very well before my heart operation, which was about 2 years ago. I used to sleep very well, but since the operation, up until I started drinking Truly, maybe second or third week, my deep sleep was like 2 to 5% of my total sleep. And today I recorded 36%. So I'm actually significantly higher than I was before. And also I've noticed that there's a lot, it's spread out through the night. It's not one big block. So it's actually deep sleep, light sleep, and then there's some REM sleep as well in there. So it seems a lot more even than it was before, which is quite significant as well. So as far as that concern to myself, that's what difference it made. I'm not saying it's going to make that massive difference to everyone. And I'm not saying I'm a very sensitive person, because I generally am not. But what I am saying is that's what's happened to me, and all of you will have different things happen to you. But I so far haven't come across anyone who's drinking it consistently and long enough who hasn't actually had, any difference. And at this point, really, I wouldn't mind if one or two people wanted to share. I know that Barry's had some significant results with his sleep. So maybe Barry, if you want to share, would that be good? Can you do that for us?
Some girl got my sentence extended.
Hi, Barry.
I still have problems with my sleep. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's all right.
And I have other issues. Okay. And as I said the last time, I was waiting to go to see my surgeon, which is next on the 18th, actually, because I was after a femoral hernia on 18th of August this year. But I did start taking the product, the Glow Lemon, the week before I went in for surgery. I thought it would be a good idea because the nurse in the hospital said to me, if you could get orthopedic surgeons on board, it would be a good thing prior to surgery for these people, to get them on the hydration water product. So I have been on it, and I think it has done me good. I like the taste of it, because the water we have here is full of fluoride and lead, as you say, and it's not good. Now, I have a Kangen water machine, but I bought 2 or 3 of them over the years, and I'm not using it for the last few years, because I don't like the idea of using the acid in that product, in that machine. You put in an acid to make the water in the Kangen machine. So I don't like the idea of it. Look, the verdict is out. I think it has repaired from the point of view of collagen around because I had another hernia through my navel the year before, to the date of 18th of August 23 as well. And there had been no muscle there, as it was the second hernia through my navel over 20 years period. And they did an internal cobweb stitch, but around the periphery of my navel, it was still tender up to the 18th of August, when I went in for my surgery this year. And I did find in the last, after 4 or 5 weeks of drinking the product, that it firmed it up. So I presume the glycine created collagen and created around my stomach. So look, the verdict is out. I have no science for it. As I say, I'll be going to see my surgeon on next Tuesday. So look, I like the product. And I think I am going to focus on the older people, because I am 70 in March myself. So I like the idea of using it, because we need every help we can get, and especially from the point of view of hydration. So look, that's all I have to say, really. And
okay,
I think it's a lifestyle, choice that I'm making. And if nothing else, I like the product. I don't care about the money. Not that I have plenty of money, but it's not everything.
Thank you, Barry. That's brilliant. It's good to hear people saying positive things about the product. And again, a lot of people will have other things to say as well. I don't know if anyone else wants to say anything that's been significant to them since they've been taking the product. Any takers on that at all?
Hi, Derek.
Roberto,
Yes.
yeah.
Just like you have, in terms of the sleep, it's much deeper REM sleep that I've experienced. Good quality of sleep, and obviously not having to wake up at night. So those are the big plus. I'm generally very healthy. So I think, as you said, for people who have other issues, health issues, they will see more impact once they're on they need to take it consistently, because I notice when I don't take it, it does affect. So it does work. You have to be consistent with it. And so that, for me, that has been quite major.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for sharing. Okay, guys, so the thing about this is once you understand and appreciate the health benefits, I think the real thing about it is, when you're explaining to potential people who you're talking to, is not to sell it really. It's really to talk to them about their health, ask them how they feel, what they're lacking in maybe, really discover their health and what they think of it and how important they think that it is. Now, when somebody says they even I say on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is your health? And somebody says to me, oh, 10 out of 10. I said, okay, so do you know a lot about hydration? I ask these questions and I'm waiting for them to tell me what they know, because remember, people won't know as much as you think they do or they think they do until you ask them the question and find out what they know. So say to somebody, Coleman, what's your hydration like? What do you understand about hydration? Then they'll tell you. So having told me what they know or what he knows about hydration, I can then go back and say what I know about hydration and what Truly's way of dealing with it is. And obviously study the information. We'll be talking in more detail about this perhaps next week, about Truly's actual benefits, and how it works and the way it gets into your cells, which is important. So this is the way you need to be thinking when you're talking to, people who are going to come onto the product, because once you've got that way of thinking, then they know they're coming into this, and it's going to be a lifestyle change. It's not just something they're going to try, and if they like it, they're going to carry on having it. Because I know quite a few people who started off not necessarily liking the taste. I loved it straight away, because it is different. It's not what they used to. So I actually love the glow myself, and I take the sweetened variety, and it's fine. I love it. I love it. I can have it. I can drink a whole glass, and it's almost a pint, in one go really, because it's that thirst quenching and easy to drink. Water I always found very difficult, whether it was bottled water, filtered water. I always found water difficult to drink. So this water I do find very easy. I'm knowing that the electrolytes and everything are in there, the glycine's in there. Oh yes, another thing I did tell to people is that I'm cutting my nails weekly now. I used to cut them about every 3 weeks, so my nails are growing pretty fast. If it works as well on my hair, that'd be brilliant. So on the glycine factor. So that's something you need to bear in mind really about it, and we'll study more and more about Truly Water and how it works, so you can talk with conviction when you talk to people. But there is a lot of information in the Telegram website that Truly's set up, and I've noticed with NowSight. I'm just going to briefly talk about NowSight. NowSight is a tool that we're going to be able to use. It's going to be free of charge. It's already available to you through your back office. Don't worry about it too much now, because it does require a bit of setting up. It does require a bit of training and understanding, but suffice to say, it could be a very useful tool. It's not going to get you loads and loads of people straight away. It's going to take time to develop and evolve, and we will talk about it and develop it and teach it. I've been on it for several years, and so prior to this, and so's Coleman. Coleman's very experienced in it. At some point we will bring it in, but we don't think it's important enough to sort of just say go for it, because at the moment what we don't want you to do is distract you from the growth that we're trying to increase. The fact that we're trying to get people to talk to 2 or 3 people a week, and that's not difficult if you're going to talk about hydration. I've got a networking event. In fact, it's a book signing. Somebody's introducing a book this Sunday, and I thought, brilliant, I've got a place where people are congregating. I'm going to talk to them. And if you're not thinking sales, if you're just talking about health with people, it's a lot easier to then bring the conversation up. Don't ever think about selling. And if you think that way, then people will see you coming a mile away. So with that, I'd like to finish off this bit and then move on to the next bit with you, Coleman.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thanks for that. So I'll just move on to the next one here. Okay, so passion. You're truly passionate, discovering your why. You need to start with your why, and understanding your why is probably one of the most important things out there, and finding something that's personal that drives you. It's more than what you do, it's about why you do it, and knowing the deeper motivation it helps to passion and makes you do it when you don't want to do it. And that's a really big important part of it, because if you even study some of the elite athletes out there, they turn out and tell you how they hated doing their training, but they done it because they had a reason and they had a passion why they were doing it, and the end result. So let over and back to you, Derek, and let you jump into go into more detail on that, please.
Okay, thanks, Coleman. And this is probably one of the most important things I think in everything, because when I learned about this many, many years ago, I found it very difficult subject matter to go into, because I was thinking, okay, I need money, so therefore I need lots of it, and because I need lots of it, that's my why. Then somebody started prying and asking me, well, what do you need the money for, etc., etc., etc. And really, I find now, having looked over the last 40 years, my why has changed a number of times, okay, because it will evolve, because how you are, where you are, etc. You know, sometimes it's been led by monetary things, sometimes it's been led by a passion to help others, sometimes it's been led by so many different things. You just don't you don't really realize that it will evolve. So don't say my why is this and stick to it, because it's not necessarily going to be a reason. Your reason could change a number of times. Your purpose could change a number of times. Overall, you need the same sort of thinking, I suppose, the same beliefs in yourself, etc., and that drives your why. So understanding the why, particularly in network marketing, is important, because this is what's going to make you do things that you've never done before. The important thing to understand there is, when I first started in this business, in the business of network marketing, I was actually working full time. I was working about 45 to 60 hours a week. And so I had to have a why. If I didn't have that why, then I wouldn't have worked all those extra hours over and above my full-time job. So, you know, people think that, you know, you just suddenly find that everyone in network marketing is working this full time. No, they're not. But again, you need to understand why they're doing it, and for what reason. And you've got to ask yourself this question: why do I want to do it? If it's money, be specific. You know, I always say the good place to start, and again, it depends on each individual, is, are you surviving? So surviving means, are you paying all your bills on a monthly basis? Are you able to go on 2 or 3 holidays a year with that money? And if not, that might be your driving force. You might want to just do that. I, at one stage, thought, well, I want to be broke. Broke meant I was out of debt. I was terribly in debt, and the first thing I wanted to do was be out of debt. And so I wanted to be broke. Broke is being out of debt and just surviving, if you like. And that, for me, that was the first stage. So again, you know, everyone has their own needs, their own whys, their own thing that they want to discover. So let's look at the why in a bit more detail. So what does it do? It clarifies purpose. When you know why you're in network marketing, it becomes your compass. You're guiding your actions and decisions. This clarity can help you stay motivated even during challenging periods. It inspires connection. Network marketing is all about connections. It's about relationship building. For some of us, like myself, it was very difficult to develop relationships, because I found it very difficult to talk to people. So a strong sense of purpose enables you to start connecting authentically with your team and your people. Encourages growth. You know, why isn't a static thing? It grows with you, prompting a mindset of continuous learning and pushing you to become the best version of yourself. That to me was probably the biggest change it's made to me in all these years. I am not the same person I was 30, 40 years ago. If you'd seen me, I literally would not speak to people. I found it difficult to even say hello to people. So that's evolved over the years of continuous learning, self-development. I've actually, you know, got a whole stack of books, and now I've got audio files on different from different people on you know, self-development. Self-development is something you've got to take seriously, because how do you expect to change? I've got a friend of mine, I won't name any names in this. I've got a person I speak to regularly. He's been doing the same job for the last 30 years, okay? And now he can't do that job because of ill health. And unfortunately, he's never done anything else. So he hasn't really got a purpose or a reason to do anything else, but he finds himself in a position where he has not got enough income. So when faced with that sort of situation, the person's used to doing the same job for so many years, to suddenly think now he's got to relearn at an older age, you know, be it 60, 70, etc., relearn a new way of life, a new way of doing things, is a difficult process in the mind. So with such a person, you have to really, really dig deep to get their why. And it might be that they just want to get enough to be able to pay their bills every month. And again, that's different. So the thing also you have to bear in mind when you're talking to people is your level of knowledge against anyone else. So I always defer to people. So I'll defer to the next most experienced person, but I feel I can't handle it. And this is something that I feel people don't do enough of. So when somebody in your upline says, look, you know, get people in a three-way call with me, they're not trying to do the job for you. What they're doing is teaching you how it's done by you watching what they do. And over time, and this is what I did, over time, I watched enough three-way calls with enough upline people to actually be able to learn how to talk to people and how to communicate and how to get the answers that you want, but at the same time without trying to trick anybody. I went through sales as well. I was actually in direct sales, and in direct sales they teach you all sorts of ways of trying to cajole and trick people into saying yes. Well, there's no point of doing that in this, because this is not a sales business. Okay, we're trying to get people into a lifestyle. Having followed that lifestyle, we're then trying to help them get into build a community, which then helps them grow and build an income. You know, and in this case, it could be a substantial residual income, especially as we're at the very, very beginning of this business. I've been in the business in a few businesses where I've been at the beginning, and having started at the beginning, I probably made the most in terms of what my lifestyle changes were. And this one is a long-term thing. This is something that, you know, we're going to have for life, which is another good thing. The other thing also to bear in mind that there is no monthly fee for Truly. A lot of companies out there charge you for the website, they charge you for this, they charge you for that, and then you end up paying on top of the products that are overpriced anyway. They get you to pay, you know, for the products as well. So we don't pay anything. We only pay for the product for use, okay, for our own use. There's no need to buy product for your customers. There's no need to buy products to give out to people, because what I do is I talk to somebody and I say, okay, look, listen, once I've established that they are into health and they do want hydration, I say to them, the way this is going to work is you're going to order a pack of Truly, and you're going to get one free. And the reason why you're going to get one free is because I believe it takes at least 2 weeks for the product to get inside you. So having done that, you'll then be at the end of that 2-week period, be able to say that you can actually, you know, hand on heart said, yes, this is something I want to carry on taking. And guess what, guys? In the meantime, you bring them to a presentation like this, you talk about testimonials, you start talking to their people, and I'll explain this. So by the time those 2 weeks are up, they've not only got into the product and the truly passion about Truly and why it's there and everything and how it works, but they've also started bringing people in who are doing the same thing. And then it's easily duplicatable. Can you see how simple it is? And there's no follow-ups because we've actually got the product. They are on subscription. Granted, they can change that subscription. I tell them all the time, you can stop it, you can pause it, you can change it, you can do whatever you want. But what you've got is a situation where somebody's taking the product at the end of 2 weeks, and then at the end of the month, they have that product sent to them again. You can't ask for a better way of bringing and introducing people into it. So it's a really, really good thing. But yeah, going back to the why, when we speak to people, we need to establish that, and we'll be going into that in more detail. I'll be going into a question and answers. You know, reflect on personal values of yourself. You know, what you think. Ask yourself, what do I value most in life? What aspects of network marketing bring me excitement or joy? These values and passions can help you reveal matters most to you. Recall inspiring moments in your life. Think about time when you felt truly fulfilled in your work. What made that experience stand out? Often those moments hold clues to your deeper purpose. Ask why multiple times. Begin with goal or part of network marketing that excites you and ask, why is this important to me? Then keep asking why to each answer until you're driven deeper and deeper, and then you get the final core motivation that you have. Imagine your ideal impact. You know, that's important. You know, I remember thinking about a house that I wanted many years ago. This is before I even got into property, and I remember thinking, I want a house with a gravel drive. Okay, and I had this picture of a house with a gravel drive and an acreage as well, and a little apple orchard. And lo and behold, you know, when you look at something on a regular basis and you've got it in your office and you're looking at it all the time, you know, about 20 years later, I was actually sitting in a house just like that, you know, and to me, that was achieving a goal that I'd wanted for many years. So it doesn't, like I said, have to be monetarily, because since then I thought, well, why did I go for such a big house? It cost me so much to maintain. There was only two of us living in it. I had three cars. I could only drive one at a time. Well, two with my wife. She could drive one. And then I think we could only live in one room. And when my daughter left home, you know, we had an extra 4 bedrooms that we were locking the doors on and not doing anything in because we didn't want to go and dust them. You know, that was how bad it was. So, you know, you really begin to understand yourself. And this is, I'm not saying that wouldn't be great for some people. Some people love that sort of thing, you know, the bigger rooms and everything. Don't get me wrong, I did like it, but it wasn't something I now feel comfortable in. I feel in a cozy house that I'm in now. I don't have to do that much cleaning. It's a lot easier to maintain, but I can go on loads of holidays in the year. That's the difference, because I do love to travel. So write a personal why statement for yourself. Take time to do this. You know, you've discovered it and condense it into simple statements. For example, my purpose is to empower others to achieve financial freedom and confidence. This statement becomes a powerful reminder of why you're in this field and what you're doing. And that to me is important. You know, I do this purely from that point of view. I've had all the things I needed and from this industry actually. So now I'm looking to help other people achieve the same, and that's my big why. And I suppose that's why Manoj's story appealed to me so much, because, you know, 90%, 99% of the profit we make is actually going to feed people in other countries, and that's growing significantly. 1 million people a day is a lot of people, and when it gets to 1 billion, that'll be massive. It's going to certainly change, you know, poverty and the way it works now. So how do you think your why might shape your journey in network marketing moving forward? This framework is designed to help you connect you with your motivations, your build purpose-driven relationships. Let's work together on this journey. It's important. And I've got many friends that I've still got today that I've met many years ago through this industry. And if it's built right, you will be there with each other, and you will be going on holidays, and you will be, you know, making friends with lots of new people, and it can be very rewarding from that point of view. So we'll come back to why probably next time in more detail. So what I'd like to do now is hand over to Coleman.
Thanks a million for that, Derek. Really appreciate that. And I'll just go on to the next one here. Okay, so knowing your reason why, obviously go down a healthy lifestyle. Then also you need a foundation for success, and you need to be building a strong foundation that is duplicatable and has got systems in place like what we're covering here today. The basis of creating a supportive environment emphasizes on trust, respect, and open communication among teachers. So over and back to you, Derek, and I'll let you dive into that a little bit in more detail. Let me just go back there. It's gone off the slide for me there.
Okay, thank you very much, Coleman. And guys, the reason why I'm covering all this to begin with, and it'll be a lot more interactive next time, is because I want to lay the foundations. So building strong foundations will actually give you some sort of framework to work with. So today we dive into what makes us create a supportive teaching environment. And why I say teaching is, it is what we do. We become teachers eventually, and we teach the teachers. And it doesn't matter what level you are at. You teach the teachers to teach the teacher, so you eventually don't have to teach anymore. And that's true freedom. You don't create another job. That's not the idea of network marketing. And if you are creating another job, then maybe you need to think again. If your idea of freedom is working forever, that's fine. I don't want to say that it's a bad thing what I do, or network marketing. But I don't want to spend as much time as it requires for a long time, because what you do is put all the work in the beginning, and then later on you have less involvement because you've already helped others to do what you do, and that allows you more time to do things that are in your why. So the key elements really are trust. Again, this is important. We start beginning to trust people. We build an environment of trust. And this is why it's important for people to trust you. People will only do business with people they can trust, okay, and people they respect. And the only way to do that is to do things in an honest way. I never try and communicate things that put people off. If somebody says they're not going to do something, like they don't want to have the water and that's it, full stop, I won't count them as a no, but I'll say not at this moment. So I'll go back to them maybe at a later date. So sometimes we are encouraged, I know, but a lot of people in the past encourage people to constantly try and change people against their will. And the thing about people's will is, the more you stick into them, the more they're likely to go the opposite way. So I'm always open with people, and I say, look, maybe this is the wrong time. Again, you might find that they might want to do something later on in their life. So I've always gone back to people, and with Truly, there are a few of our members who I've gone back to 3 or 4 years since I've spoken to them, and now they're working with us in Truly. I'm quite happy about that as well. So it's important to have that, that trust, that foundation, that respect. We'll be doing role playing, as I said before, into pairs, and we'll be doing very different types of things on that issue, on the trust issue, and discussing both the listener and the speaker, reinforcing things. So I'll be doing some role play with Coleman on how to speak to people, because even the basics, like just communicating with people and what to say, and not turning out parrots, because that's not what I want. I want people to be comfortable, like you're comfortable with your relatives, your friends in your front room. I want you to speak like that. I don't want you to have to constantly think about what do I say next, because if it becomes that difficult, it's harder to actually be real. It's harder to come across as a person who can be trusted, because you're still sort of saying something parrot fashion, which sounds like a salesman. So we don't want to be doing that. We want to just be very relaxed in what we do. So I'd like to open up now to actually ask some people questions and thoughts, and also their experiences in network marketing, so we can share, and they can give us some ideas on what we've already spoken about. And I'll just sorry if I pick on you. I know a few people are more experienced, and I want to get them to say a few things about their experience and what they feel about what they've learned today, and also what they feel they can contribute in the future. So maybe I'll start with you, Coleman, as your my partner in this, partner in crime, if you like. So just a few words from you, Coleman.
Yeah, so I suppose I'm under the same lines as Derek and a lot of my partners. Like, there's a few things that were mentioned within that slideshow as we're going through there. Trust is number one. That's vital. Okay. And another thing that really sticks in my mind is keeping it simple. It has to be as simple as 1, 2, 3. Like a lot of people that I've reached out to once I started to build the organization, even though I didn't have all the product knowledge, I used the tools that were there. We've got short little videos, and basically what I did was I sent 2 videos and asked a question. So I sent out 2 videos, and then I'd follow up, whether I did that in social media, whether I did it through WhatsApp, whether I did it by email, or rang somebody up directly and sent it to them by email. then I would just ask them, what did you like about it? And as soon as I got the answer, usually once you use it, that question that way or phrase that way, they'll usually tell you the positives. And once you get those positives, then it's quite easy to say, would you like to see these benefits for yourself and your family? And then I just sent them the details so they could go on and order the product or get their 12K sample or use the subscription that we have now. And as Derek said, then as soon as they're using the product over that 2-week period, then we continue to drip feed them information and knowledge and get them moving along the cycle. I don't know if that's what you wanted me to kind of cover, Derek. Or...
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's really good, Coleman. It's good to actually say that. Yeah, and the thing is, the whole process from starting the conversations after the videos, and again, they're 2 short videos, but they're very, very, very good videos. And in fact, one person who reacted to that video, I'll get her to say something as well, is Sinead, who came on board because of Manoj's video, if that's all right, Sinead.
Yes, how are you all? Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I was definitely very taken with Manoj's video. I'm like yourself, Derek, really, really bad at drinking water, and probably have a fairly good knowledge because I'm a holistic health practitioner in another life. So understand the importance of getting the good things into the cells rather than just flushing it through the body. So the whole that whole side of the product definitely appealed to me. But I have to be honest, it was the whole idea of the fact that we in the richer world, for want of a better word, can buy water that is good for our health, and that, if even a smaller portion, but most of it is going back to create healthy drinking water for poorer countries. I mean, that's it to me. I didn't need anything else. Had it been bottled water in a plastic bottle, I would have bought it for that reason. The fact that it has all of these health and proper scientific health things behind it. I mean, this is going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, no, that's true. Thank you.
Massive.
Thank you for sharing,
Yeah.
Sinead. And yeah, guys, at the end of the day, that could be a very strong reason. You don't know what's going to drive the person to actually ask more questions. The number of people I've shared that video with is just, it's amazing. And I'm sure somebody else could share that. Actually, I'm just looking through. Robert D'Souza, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you like to share?
Yeah, like Sinead shared and Coleman and you, it's for me the big why is Manoj story, because I've been following him for some time. I think his first video was released 9 years ago, because he's 1 in a billion. He's a very rare person, but I call him a rare gem because of what he's already done in terms of his technology. And this is just the beginning. Obviously, he started and made his billions through the 5-hour energy drinks. And I think whilst he was helping people in India, he made his breakthrough with the water. And, if you ever get a chance to visit his base in Michigan, in Detroit, it's a game changer, because he's doing stuff that nobody else I've come across in the world is doing in terms of trying to take 1 billion people out of poverty. I mean, I meet a lot of millionaires and billionaires, but really they're just focused on the money, which is, they don't, if you ask them, what's your legacy? I doubt any of them could talk about their legacy, because they're not in that space. So whoever's going to meet Manoj when he comes on the 24th will see is such a humble person, very grounded, very humble. He doesn't, he sort of loves what he does, because he knows he's making a big change to humanity. And most of the leaders here, most people on the call understand that we are here. Yes, of course, we want to generate some cash flow, but the big picture of whilst you're helping heal yourself with this water, get yourself back into balance, you're actually taking more people out of poverty. So this has got a very powerful reason, as many people who watch that video will confirm, that we are here to make a big difference, not just make money. Of course, that's important. So that's my big why. Like most of you, I saw that video and I was so inspired, and I thought, right, this is a company that I want to be part of, for life.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Robert. That's really, really good. It's good to know that you've actually been in touch with the person as well. It's good. And also the fact that we'll be meeting Manoj in Luton on the 24th is really fantastic, and there's quite a few of us going to that. A bit unusual, actually. I'm going to ask this lady to say something, whatever she wants to say. She's actually from the USA. We've got our first USA person in the team. She's she literally had 2 videos sent to her, like Coleman said. And I haven't even asked her what she liked best about it, but she said, "Where do I sign up?" And I'm going to ask her in front of everyone now, Cynthia, what was the reason you said, "Where do I sign up?"
I have to say that that video, the billions and change, where the overview of everything that Manoj is doing was just so inspiring. I got chills. And I think that was the big motivation. And I have some health issues that I'm looking forward to this truly collection helping me with. So yeah, it was a no-brainer pretty much.
Good. So now
And
you know how
my
to share it
husband,
with...
I shared it with my husband, and he was
Okay.
excited. He was like pacing.
Good. And now having seen that, you will do the same when you share it with other people.
Yeah,
Keep it
I'm
simple,
sure.
guys. Keep it simple. All I did was send 2 videos, and Cynthia's got back to me. She's going to be building our team in the USA. By the way, we are in the USA. We're able to spread that in the Europe bit as well. We'll be starting this week. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it might be this Friday that we have. When you look at the back office and you can see the drop down with the countries, once the countries from Europe are there, we can start into Europe. So I've just been told that's a little bird is telling me that it might be this Friday. So keep your eyes on that. If it is, I will confirm it in the group anyway. So thank you, Cynthia, for sharing, and I look forward to helping you build in the USA, where it originates from. So, it's already quite big over there, but it still needs to be a lot bigger. So that's good.
Yes,
I look
I've
forward
been
to
waiting
talking
for
to you.
that for quite a while, because when you first told me about it, it was actually the beginning of summer.
Yes.
This past summer.
That's
So
right.
I've been waiting for months.
That's right, you have, yes. And I said once we can recruit in the US, and again, Cynthia's chosen us because she's worked with me before. She knows what I'm capable of. So, that's why she wants to work in our team as well. So that's good. Good to have you on board, Cynthia, and looking forward to
Thank
working
you.
with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to say anything at all? Anyone else want to make any comments while we're here? I encourage people to speak up if they want to.
Derek.
Tony Ward.
Hi, Derek. Thank you. And thank you, Coleman. I heard someone say that they're sort of 70. I'm coming on 80. And in my life, I've studied a bit about cellular nutrition, and I find this hugely exciting. But getting back to network marketing, like you, we've been in the game a long time. And one of the biggest things is belief. And we've got the scientists here that have proven this product. And, so the belief factor, once we test it for ourselves, becomes even more powerful. Now, I just want to sort of ask, can you imagine what will happen to you, your customers, and your feelings when you improve other people's lives? Wow, how powerful. Anyway, I don't want to say any more. I think it's hugely exciting. And I just hope that those words of wisdom help someone down the line.
Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing as well. Yeah, so, we can be any age in this. We don't have to be young or old. It's all about improving our health, as Tony said. and improving others, because remember, every time you touch somebody, you're improving theirs. And then what Sinead says, we're lifting other people out of poverty. What Robert said, we're lifting others out of poverty at the same time, you know? That is amazing, really, to be part of that, you know, where you know that every drink you have is helping somebody else in some other country get their fresh water or electricity, or, you know, getting out of poverty. That's amazing, really, in that sense. Okay, so anyone else want to say anything? Because I'm conscious of the fact that we actually are trying to keep this to an hour. I've got a lot more material to cover, but I won't go for another half hour. I'll leave that for next week. And then again, we're going to get more interactive as we go as well. Anyone else want to say anything while we're here? We don't mind you speaking. We don't mind asking questions if you want to ask a question as well. No takers? Elaine, do you want to say anything?
I suppose I'll just say one final thing, guys. You've heard from 2 or 3 people here where all they've done is sent out 2 short videos and asked a question. You know, and like sometimes we dive into all the details and the ingredients of the product about this and about that. We don't need to be the experts. We use the tools, and those 2 videos, that's all I've been using from day one. And there's 220 partners, you know. So all we're going to do now is teach those people to send out 2 videos and ask a question. That's it. That's how simple it is. Anyway, over to you, Derek. I don't want to be taken away from what you want to say there.
No, that's brilliant. That's a nice way to finish, actually. Yeah, 2 short videos. And literally, I mean, just to go back to it, guys, you know, if you get hold of the 2 videos, what you do is you get hold of them. You speak to people about their health. You ask them if they're interested in health, if health is important to them. Most people say it is. Then you can just say, look, I'd like to send you 2 videos and get back to you. But make sure you give a date. Try and condense things. Don't just give things out willy-nilly, because there is an importance, and you've got to establish there is some importance in what you're giving people. You know, don't just, you know, if you go to somebody's door and let's say you had I remember many years ago we used to have cassettes, and you were giving cassettes out at the front door and you just threw it at them and then ran away, they'd wonder what the hell you were sending them, you know? So you'd go to the door, and before you give them, you establish some parameters. You say, look, I'm going to give you this video, but I need it back the day after tomorrow. I'll come back, or I'll ring you, or whatever. But you need to establish some sort of date format. And I always say to people, this is really important when it comes to production. When you give those 2 videos out, make sure you know when you're going to get back. And I would say within 24 to 48 hours. All you do is just say to that person, okay, so you've seen the videos, or first, you could even establish where they're going to watch it. You could say, are you able to watch this video within the next 24, 48 hours? If they say yes, then you say, okay, I'll contact you in 2 days. Is this time good for you? And I always give people a choice. Again, you could do this, which time you're morning or afternoon. So they then say afternoon. Okay, brilliant. I'll call you in the afternoon, and then I'll find out your thoughts on that video. So you then go back and say, you know, Cynthia, what was the best thing you liked about the video? Like Coleman said, you know, always establish what people liked about something. Don't simply think that they're going to like something that you like. They might like something completely different. Once again, you've established what they like, you can then talk about it more, and then it's easy to say, okay, well, you know, you've seen the products video as well. It's something that's of interest to you, having seen what. And just think, with Cynthia, you know, I would have gone back to her and said, Cynthia, look, listen. Every time you drink a can of water, not only is it going to help you, it's going to help other people get out of poverty. And that really resonated to you. How would you like to carry on doing that? And of course, Cynthia's going to turn around and say, yes, that sounds a good idea, because I really like the video. It really touched my heart. So it's a sort of, you know, way that she feels close to it. So then what you do is you organize the, you know, the way that happens, the way they sign up and the way they order their products, and then you keep in touch with them, and then start talking about people they know, and they talk to them. Could they share that video with other people in that same period, even before they got their product? Because already they're buying into it. If you've got people buying into it, they're not going to leave. And the thing is, this is, I said to you, this is for life, because, you know, we need water whether we like it or not. So why not drink a scientifically proven you know, approved by the FDA, approved in the UK. It's also called a supplement in the UK. It's not called a water. It's not bottled water. It's a supplement. The drink actually won an international award recently in the UK because and they called it a supplement. It was under supplements, under beauty products, so the beauty show. So think about that. We're not just giving water. Okay, this is more than water. This is extraordinary water. So the person's going to be drinking for life. So once you've got them on that, then you know that they're going to be part of the journey. So then we can help them get other people on the journey, and this will build and grow and grow. And this is what we're looking to do. But again, what Coleman said and other people said, keep it simple, really, really simple. It's so easy to get bogged down with detail. It really is. You know, if you can send that video out to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people a week by email, by social media, by whatever means you have to send to people that you know. And I'd encourage you to send it to people that you know, not just send it out there. Because one thing I will say, and Coleman and I spoke about this, you know, I had a friend of mine who actually did leafleting down south from me in a place called Stoke-on-Trent, and he used to deliver about 10,000 leaflets for people. And he particularly did one for a company called Clean Easy. Some of you in the UK may remember that company. And he was delivering 10,000 to each postcode area. So he's delivering about 5 postcode areas. That's 50,000 leaflets within a week. Okay, so the guy with Clean Easy was paying this guy to deliver 50,000 a week, and out of that 50,000, he may get 1 or 2 people that would actually join. Do you know how much it costs to get those people on board? And everyone thinks, oh, I'll pop a leaflet through the letterbox. I'll put a post in my newsagent. I'll do this, I'll do that. They're always trying to think of ways not to connect with people. And that was the reason why I initially, when I started in this industry, didn't have success, because I wasn't willing to talk to people. But then when my reason became big enough, then I had a reason to go out there and get talking to people. So now I talk to people everywhere. I'll talk to them in a bus queue. I'll talk to them in a railway station. I'll talk to them. I'm going to a book signing, for goodness sake. That's not a network marketing event. You know, somebody's an author is signing a book. I'm going there to talk about the book with people, but not only will they talking about the book, I'll be talking about, you know, hydration. So, and anyone that says they're interested in their health, well, they're going to get my 2 videos. I'm just going to get their details and send them my 2 videos. So get around people and get those 2 videos out. That's all you have to do. Don't get complicated. Don't get, you know, too bogged down with everything. And you'll find slowly by slowly, and your people see, a lot of people you give the videos to, they might not have much experience as you have. So think about that as well. It's easy for people to just give out those 2 videos. So when you teach people, it's an easy thing to do. And if you stick to the easy, then you won't have to teach people too many complicated things. Okay, but we will be discussing a few more things next week and the week after and things. So hopefully you've gained some knowledge and some experience today. If anything, if you've only learned to send 2 videos out, we've done our job. Okay, because that could be quite significant. Let's see how many people join us next week who've actually had 2 videos sent, and I invite you to tell us the guests that have come on board since then. So if anything, yeah, just encourage you to send out 2 videos this week to you know, 5 to 10 people. That's all you have to do. I'm not asking you, you know, to do too much. Just send those videos and then get back with them, ask them what they thought they liked best, and then Bob's your uncle. And if it's a problem at that stage, you don't know what to do, or you get flustered or worried, speak to your upline, speak to me, speak to Coleman, speak to any of the people that are actually experienced in the business in your upline, and we'll help you. We'll do a 3-way call, etc. There are other people in the team. There's Elaine, there's a few other people, there's Sinead, you know, there's quite a few other people that are experienced in this industry. So just speak to us, and we're in the group, in the WhatsApp group. So just connect with us directly, ask, and we will answer. Okay, don't be afraid to ask. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for tonight, and hopefully we'll be doing a lot more detail next week with a bit of role playing, and yeah. And also another thing, please, in the group, in the actual WhatsApp group, please say something about what you thought about today, because the people who weren't here will then say, oh, I should have been there, or will think they should have been there. I will be recording them so they won't miss it. But the thing is, it makes a massive difference if everyone starts working as a community instead of as individuals. because we're all going to be helping each other. You know, it's going to get to the stage where we'll get to know each other. We'll get to know the personalities. We'll even be going, you know, to different places together. You know, I was always told in the past, if you're going into a network marketing business, make sure you like the people you're bringing in, because you may end up spending holiday with them. So don't bring anyone you don't like in. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, and look forward to seeing you next week. Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
for now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Derek.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Derek. Bye. Thanks to everyone.
Cheers, Derek.
Thank you.